take a look at the board. Right now, if I pull the trigger, only one wheel is spinning. So we know we got a problem over here with that wheel, with that motor, with that side. So we'll talk a little bit about diagnostic in a bit. I wanted to stop and record this. For the immediate, I'm going to power the board off and on, and we're going to see if we can get it to go so we can make it to work. So I'm powering up with the remote, board is off. And, all right, we're back on. So it cut out on me probably, I think, 3 more times on the way to work in the next 1.5 miles, 2 miles after we made the stop. So it is just an amazingly beautiful day outside today. Had a bunch of issues starting yesterday afternoon and coming over into this morning with one of my motors disconnecting while I'm riding. And it seems to have gotten a little bit worse since last night. As far as like this morning, it was doing it a lot more. We're going down to Lake Sammamish, where we will do a little bit of diagnostic on this board, and we will end up removing the rear trucks, separating the motor wires. We're gonna put some DeoxIT on them and put it all back together. Hope it works, and hope I get to ride back to work. Issue again, still having a motor issue. Yeah, out at lunch, we're gonna run up to the lake. We will take a quick break at the lake, and we're gonna do some troubleshooting here. So let's do it. So the place where I was gonna stop had somebody there, and I want to go where we have a good view. So we're just gonna take a little path down here, and we're gonna go sit down by the lake. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to remove the nut from the kingpin. We're going to set that hardware aside, and then we're going to pop the rear hanger off of the base plate. Once that's done, we'll disconnect the motors. We'll apply DeoxIT to each of them. We're going to plug them in and unplug them several times, and in the end we're going to make sure we plug them in and they fully seat. Okay, so we did the hardware. We went ahead and loosened these nuts so we could pull this off and just easily access this stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and take these gloves off. I'm gonna get our DeoxIT out and ready. Problematic one, I think, was on this side. We're gonna do them both. When fully seated, you shouldn't be able to see this little line right here that I can actually see, so I think we might have an issue there. This one does not look like I have ever put DeoxIT on it. It is dry as a bone. So we're gonna take the DeoxIT. We wanna apply to both sides. We wanna get this DeoxIT covered liberally. Make sure we get all of these guys covered with this stuff. It's gonna clean up all of our little motor connections. Fantastic, beautiful. Now I wanna do the same thing with this side here. I don't know if you can see, but there's a bunch of little holes in there that those plug into. We want to get this stuff in every single hole. If it's the small holes, I will dip and do 2 holes. If it's a big hole, I tend to just dip once. Okay. Beautiful. So we've done that. The next thing is we want to plug them together and unplug them, plug them together and unplug them 2 or 3 times. This is gonna help break any crust or crud, corrosions. It's gonna help make this a nice connection. So that's 2, we're gonna do 1 more for good luck. Great, well, that was 3. Now, we wanna seat fully hard, and we wanna go all the way up to this line. These 2 arrows should be facing each other. a nice connection. Alright, so we did it. We've applied the DeoxITs to these connectors. Now we're just going to go in reverse. We're going to put our motors back, clips back on, then our riser, then our base plate, and then put the nuts on. Then we'll put the hanger back on, tighten everything back down, and put it all together. Alright, so that's it. We should be good to turn this back on and test the remote and make sure stuff is working. And then we'll go out for a run, skate around for a little bit, and I gotta get back to work. Such a beautiful day out. So, what we did today is we put DeoxIT on our motor connectors. We made sure they were seated. We sat them several times to break away any corrosion or anything stopping a good connection with them. Then we're going to see what happens. It's quite likely that we just won't have any more issues. If we do, the next thing is going to be to do kind of a lot of the similar steps. Pop off those rear trucks, swap wires, notate which side you had the issue on. Either run the board upside down until the problem happens, or go for a skate with it. But remember, your controls will be backwards, so you'll either want to flip your controller around so that you're used to it, which just is not going to work as well. You could hold like this, that would work. The other option is you could just ride your board backwards, but your traction is going to be different with it being front wheel drive versus rear wheel drive. It's going to start different, it's going to stop different. If traction breaks, traction will break different if you're running it as a front wheel drive board. So that's basically it. Thank you for joining me today. I really hope that the DeoxIT tip can help you with your motors. Also good to put that on your battery connection cable just to prevent any problems. So thank you for joining. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll have links to the DeoxIT. I'll throw some links down there for those Flatland 3D gloves and everything. I'll throw some Shredlight links down there. And yeah, feel free to hit me up in the comments below. Any questions, any requests on anything that you would like me to do, any videos you would like to see in the future, any questions that I can answer for you to help you out, I would love to do that. Thank you. Have a great day.